So, yesterday, so today is Sunday, August 16th, and yesterday, Saturday, August 15th, Black Lives Matter and Antifa and other groups got together and traveled to Hugo, Minnesota to protest in the neighborhood where Bob Kroll lives. He is the president of the police union in the Minneapolis area. He's been accused of all sorts of things. He's definitely a polarizing figure. No one's going to argue that. But they went to protest in his neighborhood, in front of his house. I mean, and I want people to understand this. This is a man. He's not an elected official in the sense of he's not a governor, he's not a mayor, he's not a senator, he's not a member of the House of Representatives. He's elected as a president of the union that represents law enforcement officers in Minneapolis. So he is a public figure in that sense. But he lives in a private home, not owned by the taxpayers. He lives in a community that is full of private homes that are not owned by the taxpayers. So granted, Bob is paid by taxpayer money as a law enforcement officer, but he's still a private citizen. And as a private citizen, people went to his community and they harassed Bob and his family in their home, where still they made themselves a nuisance to everybody in the community, in that little neighborhood, and made not so veiled threats about what they were going to do to anybody that seemed to be pro-law enforcement. Now, that's bad enough. What's even worse is that a man named John Thompson, who was endorsed by our governor, Tim Walz, endorsed by our Attorney General, Keith Ellison, was at this protest. And I'm going to play a little bit of what he said at this protest. And this is vulgar. I'm going to warn you, this is vulgar. But what he was saying, he was directing at a group of teenage girls who were outside. Apparently they were barbecuing. They were apparently outside having a barbecue. They were grilling, which is pretty normal Saturday afternoon stuff in Minnesota. So this is vulgar, this can be a little loud, but you need to listen.
Show me a blue light. Show me a fucking blue light. I cannot unzip this costume I'm in, I promise y'all. I've been black all my life. I can't scrape this toast off my skin. But these cowards in these blue uniforms, they can take that shit off and go back to being regular people, shopping in our stores, making money off our goddamn tax dollars. I'm glad y'all making them uncomfortable here in Hugo, Minnesota. God damn it, we'll pull up to Duluth, Minnesota. We'll pull up to Virginia, Minnesota. We'll pull up to Hammond, Minnesota. We trying to tell you we sick of y'all white ass treating us like shit and acting like we ain't comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable getting my ass kicked by you coward ass white motherfuckers in uniform. And if you're uncomfortable with my voice, do something about it.
I was part of it. Did you hear that? It's John Thompson, endorsed DFL candidate, endorsed by our governor. Do you hear that racism? Do you hear that racism? That's racism, but it's okay. It's endorsed. It's endorsed by our governor, endorsed by our Attorney General. That's racism. I'm sick of you white blankety blank blanks. So here's the part that really targets these young girls. Young girls. Adolescent, pre-adolescent. Really listen to this.
Skin I'm in. I'm a black man being terrorized by this fucking Klansman right here. We are terrorized by the Grand Wizard. Y'all got the Grand Wizard living in your goddamn neighborhood. All the Klan exists in Hugo, Minnesota, and it's right here. Don't run now. Now we can get to what I was talking about. Dark skin, I mean,
that's what's considered etiquette by political candidates for the DFL today. That's etiquette in the state of Minnesota. That's the kind of people Governor Walz endorses. That's the kind of people that Keith Ellison endorses. Did you hear that language? Set aside the vulgarities for just a minute. Did you hear the racism in that? F you white people. F you Klans people. Directing it at teenage girls who are doing nothing more than being outside in their home, at their home, on a Saturday afternoon. They didn't ask for any of this. And what did they get accused of? They got accused of racism. Because they what? They live in the same neighborhood as Bob Kroll. Allegedly, one of the people at this event was wearing a Blue Lives Matter t-shirt. That is somehow, these poor girls are now attacked and called racist by an angry political candidate who is directing vulgarities and racially inflammatory language. He is a racist. This man is a racist. Did you hear that language? It was racist to the core. Racist. He was directing racist comments at this group of young girls, teenage girls, because one of them dared to wear a shirt supporting law enforcement. Now, Alpha News is reporting that he's actually also said it would be no big deal to burn down Hugo because we burnt, and I'm paraphrasing, because they burned down Minneapolis over $20, referring to George Floyd. This man is running for office. Office, people. He's running for office. District 67A. Is this who you want in office? You think that this man is going to be reasonable? You think this man is going to be intellectual? You think this man is going to use logic when it comes to how he will legislate? Or do you think he's bringing with him an extremely biased, extremely racist motivation for being in office? And our governor, our Commissar Walz, has endorsed him. That's what we're going to have in office in the state of Minnesota? That's sickening that our governor endorsed this man. I'm going to try and post this video today, and I'm going to hope that sometime between now and next weekend, this man makes the decision not only to apologize, but to step down, and that our governor retracts his endorsement. But I'm going to tell you, I don't believe that's going to happen. This is what the DFL has come to in the state of Minnesota. I mean, Republicans have their problems, but this is what the DFL has come to. This is the kind of quality and caliber of person that the DFL is endorsing. If you're a DFLer for life, you need to be ashamed of this. This right here, this kind of action, the audio that I just played for you, this should be enough to make you say, I have no desire to ever be part of the DFL again. Because that's what the DFL leadership is giving you. That kind of hate, that kind of ethnically motivated racial hatred. That kind of hatred. That's disgusting. It's morally reprehensible. It's evil. That's an evil man. He's evil. He's evil. It's gross. He's a freedom to say it. He has the liberty to say it. The First Amendment protects his right to say those things. But he can be held accountable for speaking such vile, racial hatred. He should be rejected, and he should be told to step down. He should resign. He should withdraw from the election process. There's no way he will represent the people of Minnesota well at all. And the DFL should be disgusted and ashamed, and they should turn their backs on him. Shame on you, Minnesota. Shame on you, DFL. Shame on you, Tim Walz. Shame on you, Betty McCollum. Shame on you, Keith Ellison. You are hypocrites of the worst kind. As always, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for being open-minded. Thanks for listening. I would ask that over here in the corner, somewhere on your screen, you hit the subscribe button. It's important, not for me, but because mainstream media, legacy media, isn't going to get the word out. They're not going to let people who don't toe the established line speak. So for the sake of liberty and for the sake of the defense of this nation, small little independent voices like mine need to be heard, especially the interviews. It's got very little to do with my commentary and a lot more to do with the interviews and the people who are affected when liberties are tread on. So once again, hit the subscribe button, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much.